Sports. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And we're underway from Kansas City. Has this at the 6. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Escapes a defender. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game. He just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Hurts now from the gun. That's complete. Isaiah Pacheco. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a yard that time. They needed more, and now it's 3rd and goal. Fighting for the goal line. Oh, he lost it. Someone punched it out. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. It looked like those 6 points were theirs. They were right there on the horizon, but a very disappointing way for that to end, as instead they turn it over down near the goal line.
Yeah, I think the word I'd use here, Kate, is bittersweet, because it wasn't all bad. That opening drive still made it right to the edge of the end zone. A lot to build on here, but man, what a painful way for that drive to end.
Bails out of the pocket quick. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. Did not want to start like that. They get their shot to show what they can do, and they cough it up immediately, and they're off the field in one play.
Did you see what I saw there, Kate? I think I saw the excitement leave their body as somebody else was on top of that fun ball. If you're the type to believe in omens, well, this is a very worrying start to this game.
That's complete. Here's Brown. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Offense to the line for second down. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I can just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching the kid, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Up and good from Blankenship. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Out of the shotgun. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Escapes out to the left. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Now Hurts. Hits his running back. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup. You go out and execute.
Pacheco has the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs grow their lead on the turnover. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs go up 10-zip here in the first. Butker on now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. It's a 10-0 ball game. We're back to Kansas City right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at 2nd and 3. From the 47. He's on the move. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Offense up to the line fast. Here we go on 4th. Nix on the move, headed right. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. He's got it deep downfield. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs keep their drive alive and reach pay dirt one play later. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. One play after their defense makes a stand, Brock. This offense says thank you very much and hits the end zone for 6.
That's really what you like to see, Kate. Both sides of the ball capable of making big plays and stacking that momentum with each other. And you really like to see the offense was prepared to get out there. The call dialed in and ready to go, ready to strike when the opportunity presented itself.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He puts some power on a deep one left. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. DJ Turner comes up with it. And the Chiefs get it back on his 6th interception. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Throwing deep for the end zone. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Broncos take possession of the football.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. He's trying another one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Watts there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Chased out to his right. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for the back that time. And it's going to be 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense at any time.
3rd and long for him here. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Nix off the play action. Forced out to his right. He's on the move. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Play action with Nix. He rolls to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. He's going to push one deep. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Buys time, rolling right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. This one intended for the running back. And now it's 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. Hurts setting up to throw. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Picked off Alex Singleton. And the Broncos take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Our coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Nix with it on 1st. Connects with his back, Jaleel McLaughlin. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. So we've reached that 2-minute warning. The Broncos working here. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Nix from the gun. The throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. They'll try and punch it in. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Escapes the pocket. The Chiefs get to him, and he's dropped. And that sack going to cost them some yardage. Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. A very short kick here from the right hash. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Hurts now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. He's on the move. Hauled in by Worthy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. The Chiefs bring on Harrison Butker for the field goal. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Up and good from Blankenship. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, here's a handoff. They gain 14 on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Throwing here, Nix. On the move, headed right. He's running with it. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Well, QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. He even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
First run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first and 10, here's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Another try following the sack. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Shotgun snap to Nix. Chased out to his right.
Now that's a situation may have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Will Lutz getting the call on fourth down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. From the right hash, this is going to be a 51-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
2nd and 3 now. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Right back to Pacheco. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, Hurts. Dumped off to his running back. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Handoff now from the gun. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, against the better defenses in this league.
He put everything he had into this one. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off Brandon Jones. Broncos get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, Brock, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception right there.
We know that no lead in this league is safe ever, ever, ever. A one-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. They all seemingly come down to the final possession anyway. And with a whole half of football left, you just can't give away too many possessions like that.
Big gain downfield. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And he will take it back. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs stretch their lead on the final play of the third. No one else you'd rather have scooping up that loose football. Somebody who could do some damage with it on a return.
Yeah, some poor fortune right there offensively. There was nobody there to, number 1, make the recovery, or number 2, make a solid tackle on that speedster. Once he got the return going, that fumble was headed all the way home.
That one right down the middle. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. And they'll continue adding to their lead. And after that last-second score in the third, we'll resume play with a kickoff.
Harrison Butker at kickoff for Kansas City.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Nix looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. Trying again following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
He's throwing deep to the left side. Oh, brother, it's another interception. DJ Turner comes up with it. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick 6.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get 2, it's almost a certainty.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21.
Harrison Butker at kickoff for Kansas City.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. He's going to field this at the 2. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to the air. Nix after the pick. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Forced out to his right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. He'll throw again. Nix. Buys time, rolling right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
That's complete to Vele. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Working quickly here. Now Nix on 3rd down. Look, this time they're going to get there and they drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Offense staying out here. It's 4th and 11. Nix off the play action. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left brought in. Inside the 20. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos get it back to within 2 possessions. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Get your court.
And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Down 2 scores, and with 2 timeouts left, this onside recovery is a must-get for them. And the Chiefs cover up the kick. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
A 1st down carry for Pacheco. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. It's Pacheco again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs nearing their 15th win this season. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. To the sideline it goes. He makes the play. Pass caught. Both feet are down. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
A second down run by Pacheco. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They send a man in motion. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. He'll have the first down and even more. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs grow the lead now to 22 points. Butker on now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To throw. Here's Nix. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
They kick the running back in motion. He has the 1st over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. Still one more in their pocket to use. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Play action with Nix. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Clock working against them here as they hurry to that line. One final shot here. And that pass is dropped. Fitting. That would be their final play of the game as we've reached the end of this one.